Something felt different the moment BTS stepped onto that stage, but it wasn't just a performance. Because what happened after the Tokyo Dome concert left fans asking one question no one could fully answer: what are they really doing behind the scenes? After months of anticipation, BTS finally returned with their long-awaited comeback album *Arirang Star. For many fans, this wasn't just another release. It felt like the beginning of a completely new chapter, a reset, a moment where everything could change. And from the very start, the energy surrounding this comeback felt unusually intense. Fans weren't just excited, they were watching closely. Every move, every appearance, every small detail. Because after everything BTS had been through individually, this full group return carried a different kind of weight. It wasn't just about music anymore. It was about what comes next. And that's exactly why the Tokyo Dome concerts became more than just shows. They became a moment. Across 2 nights, over 110,000 fans filled the Tokyo Dome. It was their first full group concert in Japan in nearly 7 years, and the impact was immediate. Media outlets rushed to cover it. Headlines exploded across major Japanese sports newspapers. Fans lined up early in the morning just to grab physical copies, only for many stores to sell out within hours. It wasn't just hype. It was history repeating itself, but on a bigger scale. The phrase BTS is back wasn't just something people were saying. It was something you could feel. But what made these concerts unforgettable wasn't just the numbers. It was what happened inside that stadium. From the moment the lights dropped, the atmosphere shifted. A 360-degree open stage designed to raise a boundary between BTS and the audience, pulling everyone into the same space, the same energy, the same moment. And then, they appeared, emerging through a dramatic opening surrounded by masked dancers. The members immediately took control of the stage. The energy escalated fast. No slow build-up. No hesitation. Just impact. The performances blended traditional Korean elements with modern production in a way that felt both artistic and powerful. Visual symbolism filled the stage, connecting back to the themes of *Arirang*, and BTS's identity. Every detail felt intentional. Every movement felt meaningful. And the crowd responded instantly. When songs like MIC Drop, Fire, Dynamite, and Butter hit the setlist, the entire dome transformed. Fan chants echoed so loudly they almost overpowered the music itself. At one point, the energy became so overwhelming that it didn't even feel like a concert anymore. It felt like something else entirely, like a reunion that had been waiting years to happen. And when the members finally paused to speak, that's when things became even more emotional. Jungkook looked out at the crowd and admitted how much strength he draws from fans. Not in a rehearsed way, but in a way that felt raw and honest. RM reflected on visiting Japan privately, thinking about fans even when he wasn't on stage. His words carried a quiet kind of gratitude. Jimin expressed how long he had been waiting for this exact moment. That feeling of finally seeing fans again after so much time. Each member shared something slightly different, but the message was the same. They had missed this. And maybe more importantly, they didn't want to lose it again. But then, in the middle of all that emotion, something happened that shifted the tone completely. It was revealed that one of the members had been dealing with a personal loss even while performing on stage. The audience didn't react with shock. They reacted with silence, and then with support. A wave of quiet understanding moved through the stadium, followed by applause that felt less like celebration and more like respect. In that moment, the performance stopped being just entertainment. It became something deeper, something real. And just when it felt like the night couldn't become more emotional, it reached its peak. Special Japanese songs were performed. The entire audience sang along, voices blending together in a way that felt almost unreal. For a few minutes, it didn't matter where anyone was from. Everyone was part of the same moment. And then, it ended. But that's where things started to get strange. Because after the final bow, after the lights came back on, after fans began leaving the stadium, the story didn't end. It shifted. Instead of returning together, the members quietly went their separate ways. Some flew back to Korea almost immediately, reportedly due to personal reasons. Others stayed behind in Japan. At first, it didn't seem like a big deal. But fans started noticing the pattern. Why weren't they leaving together? Why was everything suddenly so quiet? And then, the sightings began. Out of nowhere, they appeared in a place no one expected. A theme park. Specifically, a Pokemon theme park in Japan. Not for an event. Not for a schedule. Just there. Photos started circulating. Then came the confirmation. His own Instagram post. Casual captions. Playful tone. One line in particular caught everyone's attention. He mentioned drinking the night before. That single detail sparked a wave of speculation, because fans immediately started connecting the dots. What happened after the concert? Who was he with? And why did it feel like something important had happened? But no one was saying it directly. It didn't take long before rumors began to spread. Some fans pointed to a recent TV appearance where members of Snowman had invited BTS out for a meal. The timing lined up almost perfectly. The final concert ended. That same night was one of the only opportunities they would have had to meet. And then, Taehyung mentions drinking. Nothing was confirmed, but the pieces were enough to get people talking. And the more fans looked into it, the more questions started to appear. Because while Taehyung was seen enjoying a theme park, others were nowhere to be found, which led to even more speculation. Some fans believe RM may have spent time visiting art museums or galleries, something is known to enjoy. Others suggested Jimin might have been resting or taking it easy, especially with reports hinting he wasn't in the best condition. As for Jungkook, many think he stayed low-key, possibly just recovering after the intense performances. None of this was confirmed, but that didn't stop fans from building their own theories. And that's exactly what made this moment so different. In the past, BTS moved as one. Arrivals, departures, appearances, everything was synchronized. But now, things feel more individual, more unpredictable. And maybe that's not a bad thing. Because looking at the bigger picture, this could be a sign of something new. After a long period where each member focused on their own path, BTS has returned as a group. But they're not the same as before. They've changed, grown, experienced things separately. And now, they are bringing all of that back together, which might explain why this era feels different. It's not just about performing anymore. It's about balance, group and individual, public and private, expectation and reality. And maybe that's why moments like Taehyung casually walking through a theme park feel so impactful, because it reminds fans that behind the global fame, there are still normal moments happening, unplanned, unfiltered, real. But at the same time, it leaves one question hanging in the air. What else is happening that we're not seeing? Because if something as simple as a theme park visit can create this much attention, then what about everything else happening behind closed doors? As the world tour continues, and as BTS moves across different countries, fans will keep watching, not just for performances, but for clues, for moments, for anything that reveals what this new chapter truly looks like. Because one thing is clear, this isn't just a comeback, it's a transition. And whether it's on stage in front of 100,000 people, or quietly walking through a park in Japan, every move feels like it means something. The only question now is, where is all of this leading? And are fans ready for whatever comes next?